Tell you what, I love cattle guards. You know you're out in the country when you're going through cattle guards. What's up, Roger? I'm not doing anything exciting, just cruising through hill country. I didn't know Texas had hills like this years ago. I know now. But yeah, I don't know. There's nothing exciting. This is not convoy related. I mean, I'm sure I'll talk about it. I saw that you saw my latest video. I hope you liked it. It took a lot of time to put that together. I've been camping for the last 5 days and I was getting bored, so I wanted to change it up, get a little change of scenery. I'm heading to the National Barclaves Wilderness. Just gonna cruise through it. I haven't been there yet. Woo, shit. Shkabab. I missed my turn too. Let's see, get up here. Yeah, like you just don't think. Like I thought Texas was flat and all deserts. That's not what it is out here. A lot of fences, a lot of cows, some goats and sheep. It's actually more goats and sheep here in the hill country, especially in some of the rockier areas. When you get closer to the rivers, it starts getting real bluffy. So there's a lot of property owners that have goats, mountain goats. Because they could obviously be on a mountain or a hill. Ooh-wee. Texas is just all mesquite and cedar. Unless you're by the waters, then you'll come into stands of oak and water cypress. But all this is pretty much mesquite. These are all mesquite, left and right. They're green. Farmers used to burn like a weed. Oh, this is a deer farm to the right. We got a 6-foot fence. 6 to 10. That's deer. Oh, there's some goats right there. Hey guys, what's going on? buy myself some cattle guards. You ain't going anywhere cool unless you're going over a cattle guard. Sheep and a llama. I love these wooden fence. Up in Austin, Texas has the coolest fences anywhere that I've been. But Taos has some amazing wooden like stockade fences, and just they use the cedar or whatever wood they're using, pine, and they have some of the coolest fence, like raw timber, uncut fences. Where Austin has some of the coolest like finished fences. I mean, this isn't Austin. I'm about an hour away from Austin, northwest of Austin right now. Look at that shot up there. I don't know, I just never thought that Texas was hilly. I mean, I heard of hill country, but I don't know, I didn't really pay too much attention to it, I guess. How beautiful that is. Yeah. Well, the mesquite tree actually has a lot of uses. One being for smoking meat, obviously. The Indians used to use the mesquite pods and they grind them up and make flour for pancakes. But yes, weed. Tumbleweed. It's pretty lush around here, though. This is outside of Austin. You get to East Texas. There's a lot of pines. Everyone calls it pines here. This is brush, the cedars. They don't consider the cedar brush or pines. I mean, it looks like a pine, but it's not. It's cedar, and they consider that a weed here. They'll use the cedars, the center pole, the center of the cedar, and a few of the ones around the center. They use a lot for fencing. Sometimes they'll have the metal and they'll have wood, like this one right here. It's got metal and wood. So they do that a lot. There's a lot of big game properties out here too. You'll see this 10 foot high fence. That's usually big game. To the south of me here is the Colorado River, which is dammed up down by Austin, and then north of Lake Travis. So south of me is Lake Travis. So there's Schaefer Bend Recreation Area right here. There's a bunch of different parks and places to camp all Lake Travis. So I'm just kind of running the northern road above the river right now. Micaiah, you're right. Micaiah, I'm saying that right. That is owned by the Colorado River Authority or something along that line. It's truthfully BS. That's our water, and they've taken it, and those campgrounds are super expensive with a bunch of crap that I don't need to camp and to use my river on. And they regulate it, and you're right, they flood out the poor people, and the rich people get the perfect water levels. And so I'm against the big major dams. I'm a big believer in small little dams with fish chutes, and lots of small little dams instead of one big dam. It helps with the silt, and sand is actually created from the rivers and deposited on beaches. And the dams stop a lot of that, and they build up all the silt. In terms of replicating nature, beavers, we have to replicate beavers, and how beavers are the natural dam builders, and they didn't build one big large dam, they built a bunch of tiny little dams. And those little tiny dams create all these little ecosystems. Now, beaver poo is not good for drinking water, but there's some type of compromise somewhere. And with smaller dams, we could return to small grist mills and have mills located on the rivers all over the place like it used to be. Between mills and old windmills. You could run a lot of things on that. I believe that we need to get back to running fan and all that on belts, big long belts that are powered by a rotating device, just like a mill would be powered. See, I don't know about boiling water with bleach. I'll tell you why. There's a bunch of different ways you could filter out water without adding bleach. First way is a slow sand filter. A slow sand filter creates I forgot the name of it, it's a German name. It's a very long name. It creates an active biofilm on the top of the slow sand filter that eats bacteria. The use of reed beds, both vertical and horizontal reed beds. All of our gray water coming out of the houses should be on grits. There should be earthworms that eat all the big solids coming out. Infrared or sound treating water with sound frequencies is a way. Vetiver grass on floats, on bamboo floats, or on a deep culture type of bed. Vetiver uptakes heavy metals, a lot of the heavy metals that are used in pesticides and fertilizers and spraying of orchards. Mushrooms, bioremediation of water. The mushrooms also uptake heavy metals. Solar dehydrators, where you distill the water, you take out all the minerals, but you take out all the other stuff by having it evaporate and then dripping off to another location. You could remineralize the water with activated charcoal. We all really should be making our own biochar at our houses with wood. We could create syngases from the output of making biochar in a TLUD, which is a top lit under draft stove, or a rocket stove or gasifier. TLUD's TLUD, top lit under draft. It's an interesting burn barrel. You should check it out. But charcoal is the way. These living machines to treat water, and they basically have with plants, basically. Plant, algae, seaweed, cattails,